The caregiving experience is unique to every individual. You may live with the person you care for full-time as a spouse, partner, or adult child. You might be managing the care from a distance as a friend or neighbor. Although the type of care may be different, every type of care provided is important.
And one Sparks family has now learned that as you go through your caregiving journey, it's really important to realize that you are not alone.
We've been best buds our whole lives, I think.
Bonnie Reed and her dad Royce are now housemates, living together after Royce left an independent senior living community during the pandemic.
We wanted to get him here closer to me and out of that isolation.
Now with each other every day, Bonnie and Royce are like most people who live together.
There's no phoniness. We can irritate each other and we can love each other.
And Royce, like many aging parents, had some hesitations at first.
I didn't want to live with her at first because I feel this is her life.
Bonnie is truly a born caregiver, taking care of her mother before she passed, her brother when he needs help, and now her dad. You could say she takes family caregiving seriously.
A lot of it, and please don't take it personally, Dad, but I have a hard time going away for weekends and not coming home directly after work to make sure dinner is here and that he doesn't have issues. I like to have somebody available to check on him, and he doesn't need it, and he doesn't feel he wants it, but it's the only way I can have peace of mind.
Boy, look at that.
And feelings of guilt and overwhelming worry are not uncommon. And that's why the Community Foundation of Western Nevada has created an initiative to help family caregivers find resources to better not only their loved one's life, but theirs as well.
This guide was created by family caregivers and also by service providers in our community. And we created it because we realized that there actually wasn't any existing publication like this in our area. And you can see that there are all these topics on what's palliative care, what are some of the legal aspects of caregiving, or what are some of the financial things that I should do to prepare as a caregiver. But what's also really unique about the book is that it was written really by members of the community. You can see Todd here, who's a Reno resident. He's a family caregiver for his wife, and he uses yoga to decompress. He's talking about some of the activities of daily living and also self-care for the caregiver. But we had also asked a lot of family caregivers for some tips. And on the headings of a lot of the pages in the book, you can see information that was offered really by your neighbors in the community. We had asked people, if you had to go back and start your caregiving journey all over again, what might you do differently? Or for example, what is some advice that you would give to a new family caregiver? So there's a combination of the information on how to be a caregiver, but also some of the insight from other members of our community.
Through the guidebook and caregiver support meetings, Bonnie is learning she is far from alone.
The situation that I'm going through, so many other people share, and I didn't have resources at the beginning. And I've just learned so much what people need and where to get the help. So many people right in this room have been through the same things, and that's support in itself.
We know oftentimes someone might say, I'm being a good son, I'm being a good daughter, I'm going to pick up prescriptions, taking a family member to the doctor. And they don't really understand that they're a family caregiver and that there are resources available. So it can be very isolating for those people. So I think with Bonnie and with others, once they realize that they're a family caregiver, that can set them on the path where they can go and find resources that can improve their lives and also improve their family member's life.
And it's not just important to be there for your family when the time comes. And by the way, it's coming for all of us. But to be prepared for when it does.
You have to start thinking about this earlier. I spent 3 years in Europe when I was in the service. And from the time they're kids in school, they start thinking about grandma or grandpa living with them when they get old. And I think our country should start thinking that way.
If you would like to get one of the Community Foundation's caregiver guidebooks or want more info on support groups, don't hesitate to reach out by going to washocaregivers.org or calling 775-333-5499.